earlier this week or a previous video, I'm not exactly sure the order of these videos, but we took a look at the best premium releases we've gotten this year. But today we're going to look at the worst premium releases we've had this year. Now, I could put a pretty extensive list on here. Not that exactly it's been the worst year of Dokkan ever, but I think there's been a lot of disappointing releases this year that could make this. Now, premium releases, I'm going to clarify, means either Dokkan Fest units or summonable LRs. So any anniversary unit, any global Dokkan campaign unit that's summonable, TDC unit that's summonable, any regular monthly Dokkan Fest that are summonable, any yellow coin LRs that are summonable, all of them will be included in this list from 2025 releases. Now, again, I know we have more releases coming out. We have, I think, one more yellow coin LR actually, who's slated to release later this month if they are releasing one. If not, we'll know. But there, of course, are other opportunities for there to be bad premium releases throughout this year. But I have 3 specifically I've put on here. I was thinking about probably adding 2 more, but I think these 3 embody the disappointment of this year. First, we have the SDR Super. Well, I guess I'll list them all. We got the SDR Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, TEQ Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and Fizz Mini Vegeta. We will look at all 3 of those and decide who is the most disappointing of the 3. Let's start with the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. My gosh, were people hyped for this unit, and I was one of them. I was so excited to be like, oh my gosh, we get to see this new Evo Vegeta come out, and he's actually with the UI Goku. They're gonna unit super attack. This is a hype LR. People were going ballistic. I think a lot of people were hyped, like literally for the entire first part LR like lineup, because it's a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Oh my gosh, we haven't had one of those in a long time. Super Vegeta, we haven't had one of those in a long time. And then it's the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta with UI Goku. Like, it was a cracked beginning lineup, and it was going to go ballistic. But then we got the kits, and everything changed. This unit relied way too much on his own super attacks and attacks from orbs in order to be good, because he gets a certain amount of damage reduction per attack he does. That significantly hinders his performance if you do not get the orbs. And I think that's one of the many issues. Of course, also AoEs and blocking and absolutely destroy this guy. Even stunning hurts him, because if you stun him, he is just cooked because he can no longer attack. And I think that's the biggest issue for this unit. I really wish that we got to see more from him for being such a hyped unit, because also we haven't had a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta in a very long time. So it made a lot of sense for him to come out now, and he had the chance to be amazing, and he was not. But yeah, I mean, 7% damage reduction per attack you do. If you get a attack every single time, you get 2 key spears up to 5 times, so you need 10 key spears to get 5 attacks. Plus, of course, his normal super and then his hidden potential super, which means in a turn you could get up to 79% damage reduction next to AGL Goku, 89% damage reduction, which is very good. But you need 10 orbs, and even when he has those high levels of damage reduction, he significantly struggles, because his only defense in his kit is his start of turn defense, which is the 200%, and then the 200% defense he gets after attacking 5 times. That's it. He also doesn't stack. He does stack attack on his unit super, but that's it. I mean, he can have some decent defensive levels if you get a good amount of supers from those medium chance to supers in his kit that you get from the orbs, but you're really relying on very low amount of defense to high levels of damage reduction for this unit to be good. And sure, 80% damage reduction can go a long way if you get 10 orbs, but if you don't get 10 orbs, he's really cooked. I mean, 70% damage reduction with like 1,000,000 defense is just not enough in this meta. No guard as well, which hurts him. And again, he gets nothing before he attacks outside of his intro, and then the condition damage reduction you get after performing 6 or more super attacks in battle. So once you do those, yeah, I mean, you do have some damage reduction that you can rely on, but it's just not enough to keep you alive for these bosses doing crazy levels of damage, which again is just awful because this unit was very anticipated. Now, let's go ahead and look at the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. And I think there's many reasons why people were disappointed for this unit, me especially, because one, this unit is one of the most anticipated units we haven't had in a long time. This is his first release since the beginning of Dokkan. Literally the beginning of Dokkan. was the first card we had from this Goku. He finally comes out again, and they just did not cook. He has 50% dodge to start, which is just not enough because he has no other defensive mechanics outside of that. Sure, he has guard, but all you're relying on is his defensive levels, his guard, and 50% dodge, which is just not amazing. Now, you can get an early revive from STR Cell or Int Boo, and then unlock his revival condition to get the permanent guard, 70% dodge, and all that extra stuff to allow him to look a lot more impressive without having to go to a standby on turn 4, sure. But my issue, of course, is the fact that 70% dodge and guard is just not enough. As we talked about in the previous video, you can have dodge and that's fine, but you need to be able to take a normal, which you can. He kind of can, especially when he came out. But I think there's a second issue that came in hand as well, and that's the fact that he reduced his own HP by 5% for every super he does. Now, for me, it's not an issue. You can definitely leverage it, and actually that's not my complaint for this unit at all, is not the HP loss. And I'm not saying it's not an issue, I'm just saying that's not my complaint. I mean, the HP loss does suck because you can go up to losing 20% of your HP just because of his super attacks alone. And it's not really warranted because his attack stat is not necessarily high, especially because most of his attack is actually locked behind reps in Universe 7, which sucks because that category is not good thanks to Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta and Good Frieza not being the strongest units in the world. But yes, the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku losing HP does suck, but once again, it is not my major complaint for this unit. My issue is turn 1, he only has 50% dodge, relies on another dodge or another revive unit to get his conditions going. Yes, he can do it himself, but you have to wait till turn 4, and in those instances, you actually can die before turn 4, especially in the meta we are in now. When he released, it's not that big of an issue. Long 4 meta is kind of what this unit is meant for, medium to long, right? He's not meant for short at all, which was actually my thought. I was like, okay, this unit's clearly meant for long meta or short meta, right? Like this unit, this is his home, this is his atmosphere, like this makes sense, right? You get a turn 4 revive, you can go crazy, but turn 1, he just does not have enough to be good in short content. If he had 70% dodge, turn 1, then we could talk about this unit still having some utility today. But 50% dodge is not enough. Then you're losing your HP when you're already getting destroyed because you have awful defenses, and then you can barely even get to your standby, which your standby is decent but not good enough. So you're constantly relying on other units for you to be good rather than individually being good yourself. And I think that's a major issue of this unit outside of his SA effect for some people. Then finally, we have the mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and simply they just didn't give him enough, right? Like we could talk about Evo and like, oh, failed execution here, and we talk about Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, oh, he needs the help of others. They just did not give him enough. He has 50% damage reduction, sorry, 70% damage reduction in slot 1, and that's it. His defense is 200% starter turn defense, and then the 200% defense you get from getting hit. That's it. That's all he has. And that's just not enough to stay relevant or stay alive. So it's just a little weird because this unit also does require getting defensive stacks on his super attack, and he definitely is crying and begging on his knees for AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku to come and save him, as the Dokkan World thumbnail shows. But, you know, this unit just deserves more. Now, I will say, this unit does have the chance to still be relevant, right? One, he has access to the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which, yes, you might be like, well, that's stupid. He has to rely on that unit to be good. That's awful. Actually, all 3 of these units have the ability to rely on him, but I think he's the unit that benefits from it the most, especially because he can go into slot 1 and actually handle slot 1 with the help of the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You also do need the unique equips for this unit, and you need so much support flowing through this team for him to be good, right? There is a lot of conditions for this guy to be good, but he does have baseline 70% damage reduction, and then again, with this particular Goku, he has 80%, which allows this unit to be an incredible unit in slot 1, and if you can keep him going, he is good. But once again, if you don't have the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you don't have the Daima support units, right? This guy on his own, and you don't even have the unique equips, this guy's not good. It is a drastic drop off. And again, I imagine they catered this stuff knowing that we have Path to Power Kid Goku and AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku and all of this stuff to allow these units to be good. And that was my warning in the beginning of the year, was there's catering units to pivot around the Super Saiyan 4 Goku passive skill, which gives you 10% damage reduction just for existing, right? So they're catering and crafting units and kits to be less good so that they don't become cracked when they're next to the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which is not how you should do it, because now all of these units are begging for Super Saiyan 4 Goku to come and save them, and he cannot be in multiple places at once. And this Vegeta is a victim of that. Now, I do think that this unit has a chance to still be incredible without Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the future. Especially because you're probably going to be using Super Saiyan 4 Goku for the mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku instead anyways, but I think that the chance this guy has to be incredible is the adults. The adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and the adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think they're going to also need to have incredible levels of defensive support in order for him to be good. But as we saw with the mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku and all the free play units, this team is not going to shy away from having ridiculous levels of support. So I imagine this guy has probably the brightest future of the three, but right now I definitely would say he struggles. Now, if you're going to ask me who I think the worst of these three are and who I think is the worst release this year, let's start with my bottom one. I think the mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is the third place one, as in I don't think he's the worst of the three. I think he is bad. I think he does rely on a lot of factors to be good, but he can be good. That's the thing. This guy has opportunities and showcases where he's had double digits against pretty high damage supers. This guy has at least some form of utility, even if it's niche, even if it requires you to move heaven and earth for it to happen, it can happen. And I think with just a little bit more push and a little bit more support, this guy could end up being a middle tier Dokkan Fist. So I know his damage is very low, and I know he doesn't tank all the time, and I know he relies on AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but I am going to put him at 3 because I know that he still has the chance to be relevant. So now it really comes down to between Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and STR Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to put the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku in first place. I defended this unit for a while. I really did. And I think if we were still inside of the 10th anniversary meta, I would probably say the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku is probably not even on this list. Maybe. No, that's a stretch. I probably still put him here. But if we were in the 10th anniversary meta, I would consider different things. But here's a reason why I have to push him off now. He doesn't have the defensive ability to tank anything. Back then, he could at least tank some attacks. He had like 4 mil defense and guard, which is pretty good for the 10th anniversary meta. Before you even start talking about his dodge, his revive, and all that stuff, and then you can utilize his dwindling HP stuff to leverage other transformations and stuff. He had utility. But right now, this guy can't tank anything. He can't dodge anything. His damage is not the best in the world. There's just a lot of things that went wrong with this unit that does not make him lovable, and it's probably one of the worst Golden Week units we have seen in a very long time. Now, again, I probably would not put him on this list if we were still in the 10th anniversary meta, but even then, I don't even know if Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta would be on this list as well, because he can actually tank a majority of those bosses. Now, with the help of all the equips and support and all that stuff. So it's just hard to say exactly, but since we were removed from that and we are in the newer meta, which again, both the Vegeta and the Super Saiyan Blue Goku should be thriving in this meta. It's short meta, it's exactly what you want. They're both really good right away, have access to stuff very quickly. You know, you would think that would help him out, but it's just not. And that is what hurts the situation with him. And I think it's also a little part of me that is a little hurt, because I was so excited for this unit for so long, just for him to absolutely suck. You cannot force me to run this guy at all in the current meta. I did run him a bit, right? We were still in the 10th anniversary meta, but now you just can't force me to do it. It's actual torture. So yes, I am actually gonna put the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta as not the worst premium release of this year. He also is in a similar scenario to the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, right? he has scenarios where he can look absolutely incredible, right? If you get 10 orbs and all that stuff, 80% damage reduction, and you get some supers, this guy is not going to die on that turn. Same time, he can get absolutely cooked by AoEs and blocking and all that stuff, which I will say, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku can get around that stuff due to his dodge. That helps him out a bit there. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, yes, is susceptible to locking, but he's not susceptible to AoEs. So both of them have some boss protecting mechanics on themselves, but I just think that the ceiling is a bit higher for the evolution of Blue Vegeta and actually is runnable in certain scenarios versus the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, which is just not runnable at all. Now, this Vegeta is still not good, by the way. Like, I mean, I still wouldn't be surprised if people said he's worse than the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and I almost wouldn't even argue it. They're very close to each other. I think more so it's just my personal pain from the fact that this unit sucked is the reason why I'm going to put him at 1. But Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Blue Vegeta is probably the second easily worst unit of this year, and he's probably more disappointing than the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku because he's an anniversary unit, but still, it is crazy how bad they fumble these units, and shockingly, all 3 of these units on this list are powered beyond Super Saiyan, and which just happens to be the category that the GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku buffs. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys agree or disagree? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to click the links in the description below. The first one's to all of my voice content. The second one is to my Dokkan Battle content videos in general. And my third one is to my G Fuel if you're looking for 20% off your G Fuel order. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.